So, if any of you have seen the video after this, you would know that I worked on that video before making this one, or like the progress I made for each characters one by one, and kind of just talking you guys through it. Unlike the other video that's going to be uploaded, I never recorded while making these characters, unfortunately. So I'm just going to show the screenshots I took while making the characters. And there isn't a lot for certain characters because I just ended up being really zoned in when making them. Like some characters were easier to make than the others, and as a result, I barely have any screenshots per stage because I pretty much nailed it first try. So starting with the first character I ever did on the portrait. Wow. Yep, they have a lot of changes. It's pretty crazy. This is the first portrait I ever made, and I'm new to pixel art. So first ever portrait I ever made, I had like somewhat of a vision in my head of what this girl's gonna look like, and I just tried creating it. It started off with this, and I was like, wow, okay. Um, I I hate the color palette with it. I don't know why I had the color palette. It was gross. The hair I didn't really care about. Like I was kind of proud of it. It's like, oh my god, it turned out really, really well. And then obviously, you know, oh fuck, we'll get there. What is the difference with this? Did I just change the nose? Yeah, it just looks like I just changed the nose. Then that's me experimenting with like actual different skin tones, and she looks really, really traumatized. She's not supposed to look traumatized. She's just supposed to look like extremely tired. So then I kind of changed it, and you can see that I'm like kind of experimenting with like different shades. And I don't know. I don't know. Then I fixed that. I was like, you know what? Fuck doing all the different shades. I'm gonna do this. So I just kind of made it all simple. That looks much better. Then I fixed the outlining. I was like, okay, bet. And then I settled with this design because each character is supposed to look tired in it some way for like because of the story. It's going to be told. It's just a law. Like there's a reason why they all look tired instead of just it being like edgy and emo. But I nailed this design. Well, not design. The way her underlines look because I want them to all look tight in their own way. So I settled with this one, like the extraness at the bottom. So I want her to be the most tired, and then um, looks like I cut back her hair a bit. Yeah. So I was just looking at it, and it was just the hair is just way too much on the top. So I decided to cut it down like this, and I was pretty happy with this. Like, all right, it looks okay. And before we get to this is when I actually jumped to a character. So this is like bang, this is it. I made this and then I moved on. I moved on to a different character. We'll just go in the exact order because I actually like kind of do remember it. Drafts. Who did I do next? Who did I do next? It was this one. Wrong one. It was this. Why is that the first one? Okay, whatever. So after getting up to this stage and being why it's not I'm trying to like work cringe. Let's see, get rid of that. So after getting after doing this, I then got to doing this. And honestly, I pretty much winged it. I kind of counted the proportions, and I realized I like the style of like the head sizes and that. And this one was really hard to do because I couldn't decide how I wanted the hair to be. So I just came up with this weird, wild design. I think I end up liking it. I haven't tweaked this yet. Okay, I haven't done any tweaks to this in a while. I'll get to that real soon. So we've done this. Then I like kind of did whatever, and I was just fiddling with the colors. Like I just did like a rough sketch of like its torso, which is what I do every time, and then I just go over and do the outfits because I was like learning one at a time. I wanted to do the head and then worry about the body afterwards because I'm still learning to learn. So I just did like rough sketches. This is irrelevant. All this, that's it. That's all I've done for this character. But this is the second character I made. Um, okay. Now after this character, I made this character. Now this character was um it was pretty easy to make, if I'm gonna be honest. I think the hardest part about him was doing its hair because this is me still being new to hair, and it always takes me a while for hair. And keep in mind, for this character and the character beforehand, I'm still not fully satisfied with them. There's still so many tweaks I need to do. I keep repeating myself, but his hair's gonna look something like this if I don't end up doing tweaks to it. Like look, like there's not even like that much details in that. This is just like random scribbles for like whatever. So I ended up with this. I basically did that like I don't know, like this fuck all because I just instantly speedrun doing the face, and then I just went straight to the hair. After this, I made a female character, and it's kind of the same thing really. I just did the head because literally all I do is just the same proportions. I do that, and then once I get to here, that's when I'm like, okay, I need to do the hairline, and I need to figure out what fucking hair I want. So let's just go to this one because the only difference about these is just me like matching with color schemes. I was like, I don't know how I want to do this, so I kind of left it like this. And um, it's supposed to be like a hair bun, but there's still a lot of tweaks I need to do, obvious reasons. But this was the fourth character. Um, sorry, and then this is the last one. Now this is where I actually started to learn how to do outfits because I wanted to set up the faces and the hair for all five of my characters, and then come back and do the torsos, which is what I was doing. So I'm pretty sure this was actually the quickest one I did. I just did all this, the proportions, winged the hairline. I was like, you know what? I wanted to kind of drop down again. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I wanted to keep it because it just had like that like kind of like the ridiculous cartoonish look where it goes through the hair, and I like that. But I don't know how I feel. And I was just experimenting with his hair. His hair. It's always the hair that takes the longest. And I came to this, and I like it. I was really happy with it. I was like, oh my god, I found a hair that I really, really enjoy. And then it comes. What's the difference between this? Oh, I can't even tell you. I'm not really looking at it too much. And then this is like the rough thing. Like I said, I just make really rough torsos. And it came to the point where I was like, I need to learn how to do the actual torsos now. So I was experimenting and I came up with this. I don't think it looked too bad, you know? I think it looked all right. And I was like, let's add some bit more details. Did it? It was like kind of coming together. Ignore this. This was literally me just experimenting with different colors. And then I sort of settled with his color scheme because I kind of wanted that when they power up, they like get like a unique color and they kind of just glow with it. So I kind of have, fuck me, that's a terrible example. If I could just get to this one. Anyways, I just decided to stick with the dark theme, get his color pop. I'm probably gonna tweak a bit of his torso again once I get a bit more experience. Decided to do the streaks in his hair. And I was like, you know what, let's make a base design. So this is just his default look now. And then when you power up, he should look something like that. as if, like, at least for now. Anyways, after completing this, I can now close this. I decided to go back. So I went on her, and then I was like, okay, all these characters' head sizes are so much smaller, and the hair, I need to cut it down even more from this to this. So I did that. I was like, you know what? This actually looks alright. Let me tweak. I wanted to use the color red. Let's just see what she looks like. And then I was like, I bet I didn't make an outfit for her. And I tried to. There are so many things wrong with this that triggers me. I was wondering, I was like, why does her head look so fucking weird? Why does it look so weird? Because I stuffed up the neck and it just wasn't even lined up properly. That took me it took me so long to figure that out. So then I kind of fixed it like that. And I really like her outfit, by the way. And this is just me adding like details one by one. I should probably just like on like this. It's just much easier. And you can see that I'm like trying to experiment with how like some of the shading is. You can actually see that uh some of the armor like changes. Like I decided to so this was usually sorry. This was like bigger. Like her torso was bigger. But I don't know, man. Like when I look at this, it just looks like someone's head placed incorrectly on like a suit of armor that's just facing forward. It just looks completely wrong. So I was like, okay, I need to try fixing this. So I brought the arms in like that to like kind of give it like a little bit of a tilt. That satisfied me for now. And then oh cool, this is where I'm up to date. And after doing all that, I was still something still looked off about her. Her head was still bigger, and her hair was much bigger still, and I was aware of it, but I didn't realize how much bigger her head was. I knew her hair was big, but I didn't know it was the head. So I did the adjustments, which is what you see me do in the other video, and I brought her hair down much smaller, and her head as a result. Uh, I am going to stop working on this character for now, because I'm satisfied with this. Like, I'm going to go back to it once I'm done doing the next rotation, but because there's like something, there's still stuff I want to fix about like the hair. Just kind of make it look more natural. And I really want to revisit the armor because even though like I tried my best to make it look like a tilt, it still looks centered. And I think it's because of this. If I just move this maybe like slightly bit up. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do next time. Yeah, that's those characters. So I really apologize about how messy and sloppy this is. I'm not used to talking to myself. Like I am used to talking to myself, but I'm not used to recording and trying to walk my thoughts with someone or viewers or just people in general like consistently. But this has been my journey. So basically, I started off with these, and then I got to this, and I was just learning how to do other characters or like overall like kind of head designs like for looks, and then I kind of got to learning the body. So yeah, um, I don't know. This part was kind of unnecessary. I just wanted to show like all that and like how like I kind of progressed in the order. So the next character I want to return to for the rework is this guy right here. There's a lot of stuff I want to change about it, but I am excited to do her because there we go. That's her actual hair. See that? I didn't point that out, but it went from that to you know this, which I don't mind. I just probably need to make it a bit smaller. Maybe bring it out. Bring this down. Bring this a little bit out like over here. I don't know. Hair buns are hard, so it's going to be trial and error. So that one's going to be fun to make. Now I just need to chop this messy video up and upload it. So then I can upload the other video and bring you guys along with the weird journey. I don't know. If people find it, they find it. If they don't, they don't. I don't really care. This is just my developer diary. Good night.